Yeah, so just last week I told myself, one last meal before I start this juice cleanse. And it always seems to be that way. Just this last one, just this
Mm-hmm.
last one. Then you're fully motivated the first 3 days, and then out of nowhere, oh, well, maybe if I just have it one more time and then restart. And yeah, so but what's getting me, because before when I'd have those cravings when I was fasting, it'd be hard to not stop it. But I come back to my common sense when I'm just sitting here feeling those cravings, and I'm like, well, this is different because my body feels at such ease. It feels completely relaxed. It feels great. And unlike when I was fasting, and like it was like my body was like put something in me, right?
Mm.
And so with this juice, yeah, I haven't, because I felt so good. It seemed more. That's when I asked you, where's your, how are your cravings coming about? And when I told you how mine were coming about, I said it seemed more like a program, more like an addiction, a habit, because I could feel my body wasn't craving anything. My body felt completely fine. It felt nourished. It felt good. And so it was literally just coming from my mind of what was making me crave was the texture and taste of food.
Mm.
That's all I was craving was texture and taste. And because I've been around smells of food at work, I've been around the smells, and they haven't triggered it for me. But I guess it'll just be at a time when, well, it's both times it's been like that has been when I was just sitting here at home doing nothing, and that's when the cravings really kicked in. So yeah, it's more of a mind thing. Um, but yeah, it wasn't my body so much. As of now, for what I can feel, it's not my body, but it's my mind that's that's just missing that that texture and taste.
Mm.
But I tell myself, how many times do I have to try this to, how many times have I had burritos? How many times have I had noodles? How many times have I had
Mm-hmm.
this in my life? I mean, thousands of times, I'm sure, of each of those things, more than that. It's like, how many times do I have to try it? I'm not, yeah, so um, it's just being on this path, I see is it's very easy to stay on just with how far in our healing we've come and our understanding and um, you know so knowing that the constructs of society is was intended to keep us dumbed down and enslaved and broken and unhealthy and such, and learning that these things aren't even nourishing me, and we literally need nothing, and just so many things go into keeping me steady on this path. Um, Unlike before, it was easy to fall back into because I didn't have the knowledge to know why, to know the depths of why I was doing what I was doing. Before it came more from ego, um, but because of trying to heal and while trying to heal while being egotistic. It was so conflicting. And but now, after so long of doing that, and now just really wanting to heal, because the ego in wanting to heal is a complete roller coaster ride. But now getting to where I'm at now, it's like, no, I get rid of the ego. I truly want to heal now. Like, I don't want to keep tiptoeing on this line of back and forth. And
yeah, it's really being done with it. Like, just over it. Like a bad girlfriend or something. You know? Like, now I'm done. I've had enough.
well, no more refusing the facts of what this reality is, you know. Because before, when I would fast and such, I'd have that FOMO syndrome of fear of missing out, you know, of missing out with friends, missing out on good meals, missing out on, but all those pleasures, all the breads and circuses that we find pleasure in, we only find pleasure in because we're just so confused and confused.
Yeah, and they're temporary pleasures. Like you constantly got to go back to it, or because as soon as, like we were talking the other day, as soon as you eat that burrito, you enjoy it for 10 minutes and then you're ready for the next one. So it's like a never-ending cycle of consumption. I mean, it's, you know, yeah, it's crazy when you sit there and think about it. I mean, before we could eat 3 meals a day and eat all day long, and you know, just waiting for the next. As soon as that meal's done, looking forward to the next one
until you passed out. You
know?
Yeah. Like in a song, this guy says, when I fall off that feeling, of the pleasures, you know, of those temporary pleasures, when I fall off that feeling, I get so dangerous. You know, it's a straight fact. Because you're looking for any way to fulfill that desire, that craving.
Yeah. Yeah, and people run around and they go, "Oh, I'm hangry," and they laugh about it and they think it's funny. But look, our actions, and that's the other reason that's so important for me to clean up my system, my digestive system, is because, like you said the other day, your digestive system has more neurons in it than your own brain does. So what you eat, what you put in there, is affecting your emotions, is affecting what you think. It's controlling. It's basically controlling you. You know, to run around and go, I'm hangry, I need something to eat. It's not you. It's whatever's inside your belly that's controlling you. Your parasites, the entity, the demon, the snake, whatever you want to call it. You know, I mean, and the proof that it's there is, you know, 8 days later, he's still shitting. Solid. I mean, it's there. It's you know, you can't deny it. So, killing the beast. Taming the beast, killing the beast, gaining back control over our actions. And that's what I've been doing since I've been at home. I haven't even worked since I've been on this, or maybe one day since I've been on this juicing. And so when I get any type of craving, I sit with that motherfucker. I sit and see where the fuck that thought's coming from, where that craving's coming from, and where I'm tracing it back to. I trace it back to my belly. My belly telling my head. It's like my belly's telling my head. Whatever's in my belly is telling my head, hey, you want this. And I just sit there with it, and I'm like, fuck you. No, I do not want that. You know, and my cravings go away really fast. But except for the other day when I went for that bike ride, you know, because it was too much. Again, the ELF, RF signals inside the house and everything, and I just had to get out and get moving. And, you know, within half an hour later, I was fine. But, yeah, that's where my feeling of any kind of desire for anything, I have no desire for anything. It's just like it's put on me. It's you know, that thing that has been controlling me when I was drunk all the time. You don't even notice, you know, when you're going through your life and not questioning things and why you want things. you just consume. You mindlessly consume. But once you start questioning, well, why do I want it? I just had it 10 minutes ago. Why do I want it again? You start facing those things and start being honest about it. You realize very quickly what it is. I mean, it's very simple to understand. It's just we're in denial. It's like we're a little kid that has our toys and we don't want to give them to anybody else. We, like he said, you just want that constant hit, that constant hit, that constant hit. Just like a drug addict. It's no different. Addicted to fucking morphine, addicted to heroin, addicted to cocaine, addicted to fucking food. It's and I think I was addicted to alcohol for almost 30 years, and I'll tell you what, the fucking sugar addiction is way worse than alcohol, I think. That sugar addiction is no fucking joke, man. That's a hard one. I quit alcohol cold turkey like that after drinking forever, and sugar, whew, my goodness.
Yeah.
But it's not just sugar too, it's the processed foods too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sugar and processed foods. And I'm not talking about sugar from fruits, obviously, that's different, but the sugars, the processed sugar, the cane sugar, those types of sugars that they put in all of these packaged products and processed foods.
Yeah, it's so crazy to think, like, how I refer to that essay, but article of the extraordinary science of junk food, and just how they literally tested with impulse sticker things all over, impulse readers all over the people's bodies. Was it EFG or
EEG and EKG?
Yeah, on the head, and just reading every single stimulation and reaction from different smells, tastes, textures,
colors.
Colors, sights of things, and
the grouping of things together, things side by side, everything. I mean, they got you down. They know you better than you know yourself. That's why this path of healing is, we've been putting our attention and worshiping these abusive masters that all they care about is our consumption. As long as we're consuming and continue to buy their products and continue to feed them our energy and our attention, they're fine with us, But yeah, they got us under their thumb, and the only way to get out of that, the only way to win the game is not to play, So we have to take our attention back and put it on ourselves, and when you do, you realize very quickly that you've been poisoning yourself, you've been bamboozling yourself, you've been lying to yourself.
Yeah, and people, when you tell them you've been controlled and such and indoctrinated and such, people make it sound like that would be much harder than what it would be, but it's not. It's literally shifting someone's perspective, putting a belief in somebody, having someone believe in you, and like he said, they know you better than you know yourself. They know exactly how to manipulate the mind. They know exactly they know what triggers your feel-good sensations. They know your body way better than you do.
Mm-hmm. And the mass manipulation's everywhere. It's anywhere you go. Like, you can't even go to a store. These retail stores, purposely every 6 months they switch where everything's at in the stores. That way you're used to going in and just, like, let's say I go in, because I'll go into Walmart like once a month maybe, or whatever, once every couple months, as little as possible. But let's say I go in to get toilet paper. That's the one thing, I know right where it's at. I go get it and I get out, get the fuck up out of there. They switch these things up so that way every 6 months, that way you go to that spot, it's not there, and now you got to walk around the store and try to find it. And what it's going to happen when you walk around the store and try to find it, you're going to have to look at everything else and be, oh, I can use one of them. Oh, I need one of them. Oh, don't I need some of this? It's just like the way they put all that candy at the registers for the kids to want to buy. It's all mass manipulation and illusion and getting you to consume. And not only consume, but consume poisons and toxins to keep you sick.
Keep you addicted to the game.
Yeah, throw you from the food industry to the medical industry and put you on the ringer.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing I noticed at work was, like, the same brand would change its color of the lids. Or even one product would say is good for 14 loads with the same amount of fluid ounces in it, and then the next package, because sometimes that product gets pushed to the back and never gets bought for 2 weeks or so, putting the next item on the shelf, and it says 14 loads, like it's like, whoa, like what? Yeah, been seeing a lot of those at work, where it's like just little things switched from the product we got a month ago to the product we got now. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're totally in control. I mean, we are. It's a mind game. This whole thing's a mind game, and if you aren't present and aware and have your attention on yourself and your actions and your thoughts, and your feelings and emotions, and if you aren't questioning everything about yourself, why you want to do this, why you want that, why you think you need this, why you have this habit, why you're have this daily program that you're on, then that means somebody else has implanted a program in your head and you're running on autopilot. And that's called a mindless minion. You're a consumer. You're a mindless consumption. That's all you are, just mindlessly consuming. And then people wonder, they're like, well, I gotta work my dick off for all this stuff, and then it's like, well, why are you even consuming all that stuff? If you stop consuming all that stuff, then you don't have to work your dick off to afford it. Well, I need it. And that's where the whole healing process comes in, from detaching and realizing that what you really need and what you don't need, and
been taught to need.
Taught to need. Propagandized to need, desire. Yeah. So the juice is going good. I'll be doing a video series on the NAMA, so you guys can see the process of making the juice and everything. And again, don't think that just because you don't have a juicer that you can't start your healing process. I mean, I've been deep, just probably 95% of my life over the past year and a half, almost 2 years now, has been just solely focused on me and healing. And so, there's many other things, the child work, the coming to terms with reality and what things are, the deep reflection, there's so many different aspects of this healing that, like I said, I mean, I went into that brain injury a year and a half ago I was on a carnivore diet, and now I'll never consume another animal product in my life. So, it's a journey. It's a process. You can't beat yourself up over it. You have to take your steps, do what you can do. And as you do those things, these opportunities to further in your healing will open up for you. If you're just starting, it's unreal. If you can't afford a juicer, if you can't afford to juice, get off processed foods. Start eating whole foods. Stop eating cooked food. Just eat raw fruits and veggies. That's an excellent way to start. Your mind will clear up quickly once you get off all that processed food and cane sugar and high fructose corn syrup and all that bullshit, and animal products, dead animal products, and that cooked food that just sits in your belly and makes you tired. It all runs your whole day. That stuff runs your whole day.
Yeah, so many people want to say, oh, it's so much more expensive to eat healthier, but it's really not. I mean, yeah, just because when you're eating like shit, the amount you eat is ridiculous. And
and then you pay for it with being sick, with being tired, with having brain fog and not being able to concentrate. You pay for it in all these different ways. And just to give you an idea, I mean, I'm spending for 2 gallons of juice a day, I'm right around $20. So, and that's all I'm drinking is 2 gallons, no more than 2 gallons. I drink anywhere between 1.5 gallons to 2 gallons of juice, and I'm, right between about $20, $18-20, somewhere around there. So, it's not that expensive. I mean, damn, you go to McDonald's right now and a fucking meal's like $12, $13. And I know you know people who are eating that processed junk and aren't eating just one McDonald's meal a day, you know? So, yeah. Anything else you wanted to add?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Looking forward to the next week, to tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, every day it's like, wow, what's going to happen? What's going to come out of me today?
Mm-hmm.
What am I going to benefit from today? You know, like you said, the skin is feeling better, looking better. I had really extremely dry skin around my eyes and my nose area. That's healing up, and you know, my skin is feeling better. You know, dropping weight, like neither one of us are definitely not in this to lose any weight, but it's just a byproduct of what we're doing. Um, but you know, again, my prostate, I'm able to pee standing up now. Um, yeah, energy, sleeping better, all within 9 days, 8 days.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty quick. So
Yeah.
yeah, maybe we'll do an update video every week, once a week, like, you know, right around there. And yeah, just I think that'd be a good idea. See where we're at.
Yeah, like you said, there's many aspects in the healing, so not just waiting on a juicer, not just
Mm-hmm. Yep.
there's a lot of things to detach from and realize, and you know.
Yeah. And I mean, dude, we didn't just go out and get a juicer. Like, we thought about it. Like, we processed this through our heads. Like, why am I getting a juicer? Why do I want a juice?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we had weeks and weeks and to think about it, you know?
Like you said, it's been a long time coming. We've pretty much set ourselves up for it over
Yeah.
the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Because that's when we first started fasting, was about 4 or 5 years ago, right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so our healing journey has been a while.
Mm-hmm.
Trying all kinds of different modalities.
Yeah.
And, yeah, though once the childhood trauma and the recognition of the programming and then the conditioned beliefs, that's when the healing really felt like it was kicking in and making change.
Yeah, almost felt like there was a wall there, and then once the childhood healing started, it was like that wall fell down, and we
Mhm.
were able to proceed further on our journeys with the healing.
Yeah.
It was almost like we were banging into a wall there for a while, and just couldn't get any further. And it was like that was the key we needed to get through that door.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And then, you know, of course, from there, that's when we realized that all this stuff was entangled, that there were many different aspects to this healing. You know, we weren't just going to be able to do breathing techniques or urine therapy or yoga or
Mm-hmm.
exercise or any of that stuff. It's not just one thing. This is a whole encompassing thing, and getting your mind right in taking back your energy and is the most important thing. The
Yeah.
most important step, recognizing and accepting and things for what they are, and then pulling your attention back to yourself.
Yeah, those physical modalities really did lead me down many rabbit holes.
Mm-hmm.
Though all of them are useful, and on this where we're at now, as in knowing how to breathe, knowing how to stay calm, moving your body. So like that's the thing, like breath work, all the techniques they have now, and the only technique you need is knowing how to breathe slow and
Mm-hmm.
controlled. And then all these all these movement things like primal movement, yoga, all these things. Just do calisthenics, just walk.
Yeah, just move.
Just move your body.
Just move.
Yeah. Just stretch, just expand your body, expand your
Mhm.
limbs, you know.
Yeah.
All this meditation, and that's when the whole meditation changed for me, was when you actually pulled up the definition and learned what the actual
I couldn't
definition
believe that
was.
shit.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that.
That word has turned into such a gimmick to where
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, like they patented the word meditation, and it's like it was like this far off thing that you had to learn how to do. When all it means is to think deeply.
Yeah, yeah,
Clear the mind and think deeply on something.
yeah.
What a joke.
So simplicity in this way of living is
Mm-hmm.
a lot more simple than what I thought. You know,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because with all the physical modalities, I mean, I'm being told when I was getting into qigong and hiring a qigong teacher and all that, and they're saying it takes 10 years of cultivation to get to where you need to be, you know, or yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It's like they cornered the market on breathing, you know?
Mhm.
Like you're never going to know how to breathe until you come pay us a bunch of money, and then it's going to take you 10 years to perfect it.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
Mhm.
Are you kidding me? Yeah, and it's like that with all those healing modalities. It's just something to worship outside yourself. So like this healing, like that's why I say the most important thing in this healing is turning your attention back to yourself.
Mhm.
Because once you start trusting yourself, you'll know exactly what you need. You need to get rid of that anxiety. You need to get rid of that program that says you need an expert, you need a teacher, you need a guru, you need a scientist, you need an expert, you need a fucking, president, you need a politician, you need to get rid of that stupid ass programming, and then you realize all you need is to focus your attention on yourself.
You need to meet the status quo.
Yeah, you need a diploma. You need God, you need everything. No, you don't need nothing. You have everything you need. You need to pull your attention back and focus it on yourself and trust yourself. Because by trusting yourself and doing that, you prove to yourself that you're worthy. You prove to yourself that you care about yourself, and then ultimately prove to yourself that you love yourself.
Yeah, realize a lot of the demands in life are just unnecessary demands.
Mm-hmm.
Completely unnecessary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Like 95% of it.
Mm-hmm.
Completely unnecessary.
All the status, all the reaching certain levels,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's all a construct.
Many, many constructs.
To make you feel like you're not enough and you have to work to attain something.
To be worthy, to be accepted, to be loved, to be heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be valued. Yeah, all those things.
Yeah.
You have to work for it, but you really, no, you don't.
Yeah, true that. So maybe we'll make another video next week or 10 days from now, whenever it is, but we'll try to keep it updated so that way for those of you who get inspiration or motivation from being able to see, inspiration from seeing others on their journey and hearing the pitfalls and the things that you struggle with along the way, it helps. It's encouragement to know that other people are doing this. So, yeah, definitely. Anything else?
No, it's all for me.
All right. Remember to take care of yourself, guys, because nobody else will.